rivals, welcome to Back's Attacks. I am especially excited for tonight's episode. We've got news on two upcoming events, Sword Fight and Malice. But before that, there's something else I'm very excited about. This reaches the mark where I now have 100 subscribers. Thank you so much to my viewers, those who've commented, subscribed, and liked it. Encourage me to keep going forward and make these videos. As a little way of saying thank you, I would like to give away a $10 iTunes gift card this week. That has been generously donated by one of my fans, and basically at the start of the Sword Fight event next Friday, I'll be picking randomly from one of my subscribers to get that iTunes gift card. So if you've been watching but haven't subscribed yet, there's still a chance for you to get in and have a chance to get that gift card. Okay, well, let's shift right on to the big news, including this Sword Fight event that I just mentioned. Here's a screenshot of the new Ancient that's going to come out for this event. Her name is Isabeau, and she's the French community Ancient. You can see her wielding a special sword. Her name means sword, and that is the reason for the name of the event, Sword Fight. And here is Malice, the new death dragon that is coming up. Going to be very powerful, very exciting. Going to show you some more information on him next. But first, I want to give a shout out to Space 8 Games, the makers of Rival Kingdoms, and the information I'm sharing tonight is from their Twitch stream, and also a special happy birthday to Deb. Alright then, on to Malice. This is the first we're seeing of Malice's spell information, so let's take a look at that. The first spell for 5 mana is Chaos Breath. Coats building with Black Flame, dealing about 50 or so damage over 5 seconds. While that's kind of low damage, the interesting feature of Chaos Breath is that it increases damage by 25% on the buildings that are hit by the breath. That's a really handy spell, especially for 5 mana. The second spell for 10 mana is Curse of War. For the rest of the battle, the whole rest of the battle, affected troops will summon an undead warrior a few seconds after they die. Now the level of the Undead Warrior will increase as the Ancient level, and what's seen here is just an Ancient level 1, so we don't know quite how powerful they get yet. I think this one's going to be kind of fun, especially for as often as my troops do tend to die in battle. Alright, the third one here has an interesting name, Masochism. Affected troops are cleansed of all common debuffs, and for several seconds afterwards, any damage that comes in at them will instead heal them rather than harm them. That's a really powerful healing capability. So I think this spell is going to be one of the most interesting ones. The other ones don't do too much to take away any damage from the troops or to control the spell towers, but Masochism looks like a really, really interesting spell. And here's just a couple screenshots from the Twitch scenes showing Malice in action. Flying over base is kind of a pink gas that comes behind him. Looks really pretty cool in practice. Now you're probably wondering what benefit the breath gives. It's not a high damage breath like the other ones, but it does have a really cool special effect. For a few seconds after Malice sweeps over a target building, that building will give lifesteal to any of your troops that attack it and damage it over the next few seconds. So that's how the troops will stay healthy when you're using Malice. They'll be able to get some lifesteal back if you are strategic in how you use Malice. So I think that's going to be a really nice ability that makes her different from the other dragons. And the last screenshot here just shows the area of effect of that Masochism spell. Pretty decent. Alright, so thank Rival Kingdoms for some great information on a great game. And let me just recap some of the highlights of the details of the events coming up. The Sword Fight event is not going to be nearly as intense a force in nature. Instead, it's designed to be a casual, fun event for players of all levels of activity. They give a generous 5 days to complete as much of the event as you want to compete for. There will be one element which will provide a bonus when you use an Ancient, so it's not just a single Ancient, but a whole slew of them. And in fact, not just one boost that you can buy from a chest, but instead every boost will provide a bonus. So those superior mana hunters you've been just hoarding, now's the time to use them. And it does feature the French community Ancient, Isabeau. That will be one of the key things you can get from the event, which is going to start next Friday, September 25th, and go 5 days through the 30th. Okay, Malice, the legendary death dragon. Very highly anticipated, but the event is not coming up just yet. It won't be the next event or the one after, but they don't have a final date, but they say it'll be soon. The stats are still being tweaked, so they're not yet final. Don't have any extra information on that. When asked the question, how will you get her? The answer was, you'll win her. and they really gave no other details on that. Legendary means that it's a cut above epic, and it probably has a maximum level of 60. Players are very eager to get Malice, and I think that Space Ape knows that they're going to need to do a better job than with the Force of Nature in order to get that in the hands of more people. One of the cool things about today's Twitch stream was that they really did a good job in answering a lot of question and answers from those who were watching today. So here's some of the questions that I saw discussed today. One person asked, how can Erasmus reflect 150% of the damage? And the answer was, well, if a unit takes 10 points of damage, then the thing that shot it is going to take 15. It does not reduce the amount of damage that a unit takes. Someone asked or commented, rings are hard to get. Will they be getting any easier to get? The answer was a simple nope. People asked, what's up with the Zolonia nerf? And the answer was, well, first of all, it's not a nerf. It's a rebalance. It's a needed fix. And they're trying very hard to get this one right. And so it's still in progress. They're still working on that. But there will be some further adjustments to Zolonia. Another question was, when is Stronghold level 16 coming out? The answer there is, when it's ready and not before. Again, not a whole lot of info on that one. And then one Twitch viewer asked a question that was on the minds of a lot of people there. Do you realize how unfair and poorly planned the Force of Nature event was? And the answer was basically, Space Ape said, yes, these events, they're new, we're learning about them too, and we want to do better. Future events will strive to be more fair with this. We've got tons of good feedback, and the next actual event will definitely not be a repeat of Force of Nature. We promise you that. So in my mind, this was really good to hear. They are hearing the feedback that folks like myself, Thonius, and a whole number of VIP players have commented, and so I'm really glad to hear that they're looking to get away from the play-to-win nature of the previous event. And frankly, let's see how they do with the Malice event. I think this is going to say a lot about the future direction of Rival Kingdoms. And after that comment and owning up to it, I'm a little bit more encouraged about it. Once again, I'm super excited to reach the 100 subscriber mark, and as a thank you, we'll be doing that $10 iTunes giveaway. I'll be picking that winner on next Friday night from one of these subscribers, so feel free to subscribe and jump in on a chance for that. Thank you guys so much for watching.